Hi guys, how are you doing? Hope you are all well and safe and having a fabulous day. The birds are going crazy. I don't know if you can hear them. They're going absolutely mad outside. I'm loving it. It's so cool to be working in this studio right in the middle of the garden. Anyway, I digress. This is a little painting I've done in Autodesk Sketchbook, a free app. I'll tell you all about it in the video. I'm using one brush. I'm highlighting the Salty Watercolour brush. The old painting was done using just this one brush. So let's just have a look at how good it really is. So I am in Autodesk Sketchbook. I haven't used this for ages. I saw it on the desktop and opened it up. And the brush that was selected was one of my favourite brushes. So I'll get to that in a minute, but I'm just going to do a little bit of sketching first of all. Now this app is absolutely free, so it's a no-brainer not to have this in your collection really, because it is a really nice little app and there are some great brushes on it. I'm not sure if you can create your own brushes or anything like that. It's been ages since I've used it, but it's worth getting just for one brush, and I'm going to show you that brush in a minute. I'm doing some squiggly drawing just for these trees. I got this picture off Pixabay. I've not been out for since before lockdown really, anywhere substantial to get any decent images for artwork, so I'm just making use of Pixabay. These things are quite cool because you can if you click on that, oh hang on, it should say somewhere that's your opacity, and I thought you could control that. It doesn't seem to be working. Saturation, that's going up and down. You can see the saturation of the colour, and oh, that is working. That's your brush size, so we can have a bigger brush, guess. Yeah, there we go, look. Let's get rid of them squiggles. They're quite odd. It's a bit unique. I'm trying to move it. Why won't it move out of the way? Ah, but there we go. That's it. That's a bit quirky, that one. Just get them out of the way because they were obscuring my drawing. Look how many brushes you've got. There's loads of them. Loads. So, you know, it's worth getting this app if you haven't got it. And it's available on the iPad as well. I don't know if it's available on Android. I suspect it might be. Free there as well. So I'm using the desktop version right now. This is just going to be a little simple little demonstration really. I just want to show off this one brush. I wonder if I can move the whole thing up a little bit. Got too many lines going off there. Right, this brush then. Let's I need to create a new layer. Fully featured this app, and I'm going to close this brush library because this is the brush I want here, and it's called, I believe, can't remember what it's called. Oh my god, the Salty Watercolour brush. So interesting name. I've got my layer, new layer, so I'm not damaging my drawing, and I'm going to pick a colour. Now, which is the brush size? I think it's this one, isn't it? Because I might need to change that from time to time. And I'm just going to use this salty brush to put in a very misty background, make it lighter than that even. Look at that. That's a very nice brush. And you can go back and sort of blend into it, which is really cool. And then I can put these distant trees in, look. Like that. With this brush. How nice is that? I've just used one colour so far. I can sort of bring that down. The harder you press on, it sort of spreads the colour out a little bit. Like that. And I can sort of just blend that into there. Wispy water. That is so nice. Now I can up the colour, change the brush size down a little bit. I hope that's going to be small enough. That might be. And again, pop in some little trees. Just undo that one. I'm just going to make the colour a little bit lighter. That's it. Yeah, now make it darker again. Pop this one in. I can use the arrow keys, the square bracket keys, to change the size of the brush. There we go. It's a bit erratic though. Sort of goes all of a sudden. So you can very quickly knock up distant trees, hills and things. Make it a little bit smaller. It's too big. I'm just going to take that out. I want it to be a bit more delicate than that. Maybe a bit smaller still. There we go. The Salty Watercolour brush. That's all I'm using. I'm wondering if I could do the old painting with it. Be interesting, wouldn't it? I'm not quite feeling that. There. Soften it off again. That's better. I've got this little bush here, so ignoring my drawing to a certain extent. And then we've got this one that's sort of, I'll just pop it in at a little bit of an angle. I don't know if I'm using the latest version of Autodesk. This has been on my desktop for quite some time. So I'd imagine there might be a newer release. Possibly. Whoops. That trunk's way too big. I need to come in with a much smaller brush in a minute. That brush a bit bigger. And oops. Change the colour slightly. I'm kind of going with the colours that are in this photo to some extent. Keep this really soft. Make sure it's nice and subtle. Because it's going to be this foreground tree is what's going to really pop. I hope so anyway. I'm wondering if I should just add a little bit of blue grey. Won't it, will it? To add a bit of interest. Let's take that brush size right down. I think this is the best way to control the brush size, to be honest. I'm still using the same brush. I've not changed it yet. Let's just lift that out. There we go. Another one. Oops. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to find a smudge brush just to soften this edge up. What have we got? What's this? Just says it's a hair. Doesn't say. Wonder if you've got an option of kind of hoping that would pull up. Double tap it. There we go. Flow strength is the advanced way you can. Struggling with my words here. Whether you can convert it to an eraser. It doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's pull up the brush palette and see if there are any blenders. Smudge, here we go. Smudge, so I'll just try the very first one, see what that does. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Make the brush a bit smaller though, perhaps. It just allows me to soften off that edge. Just so it doesn't look like I've gone at it with a digital eraser. Do you think I should create a new layer for this tree? I think I should. New layer. Bold colours, bright greens. Well, I kind of like the limey colours. Back to my Salty Watercolour brush. And not too big. That's it. And I'm going to put a wash on all of the leaves. I think that's about. I don't know what I was doing with that drawing. It sort of went a little bit over the top. I'm just sort of covering everything where I want this green to be. Because I'm going to go from light to dark, so the idea is I'm putting these light colours on and then I'm going to go dark. So I sort of come back down here and then go back in it again. Look at that. Look what's happening there. My word. Got my eyes half shut, squinting, looking at the darks. Can blend away the bottom edge, look. That's so cool, just by putting a bit of pressure. Oops, overdid it there. By putting a little bit of pressure on. I'm going to go over it with some even darker colours in a bit. Just sort of picking away at this. Makes that green not look very vibrant at all now, doesn't it? I wonder if I can put the saturation up. Yeah, that's it. And then go back in with the green. Bit more line, perhaps. That's it. Yeah, it needed that a bit of saturation, I think. Because this needs to pop. And then I'm going to go in with a sort of a purpley colour for the shadows again. Because it always looks that much more darker to me. There we are. Back to the green. A bit darker than that. Just doing a little bit of negative painting. And I can add some browns into the mix. We're nearly done, look. We've got a little bit of reflection going off here, haven't we? I wonder if I can pick the colour up. I can. That's nice. So Alt key, like most other apps, lifts the colour. Make that a bit. Keep changing the size of the brush. Kind of needs to go up there like that a bit. Darken that up a bit more. There we go. Look, it's like the paint just bleeds. It really is a nice soft watercolor effect. I wonder if I can push light into dark. I can. So that's cool as well. So I can add more colour if I want. Go back and just keep working this backwards and forwards between the light and the dark. I think we need to get more darks down here and much less whites. Yeah. I'm just sort of adjusting the size of the brush. I took it right down. I just keep adjusting it until I get something that gives me some nice little strokes. Make it bigger again, not too big. Little bushes there. This green down here needs to be darker, I think. It's in shadow. Just leave that really highlighted stuff right at the very top. Yeah, we're getting there, getting there. I guess I can, oh, that's how I can do it. I can lift this light colour and then paint that back through my reflection. So I can proper go to town with this then. So if I pick up white, I can put in the white. That's how I can do these. That's a better way of doing it. Different layer. Come back to that. So I can put these greens in, darker greens maybe, and even blues, like that. And then choose this colour, which is the, when I say this colour, I mean the watercolour. Make the brush a bit smaller maybe even, and then just go back through that. It gives us that misty watercolour effect. Make the brush bigger. Oh, so you can drag that colour across as well. That might be quite nice. I think I need, oops, wrong colour. Need a little bit of the fill there. Right, pick that, make the brush bigger. I've got a very delicate little thing going off there. Pick up the dark blue, a small little brush, just pop in a few. Come back down here. Bit of reflection there. That. Dark brown, just to edge it a little bit. There you go. And I think I need to select the watercolour, just make it a little bit darker, give myself a decent sized brush, put it on a different layer, but oh, I've hidden a layer. Scared me to death. Where's the plus? Oh, here we are. Can I drag that layer below? Oh, I do. Do I do that? Yeah, that's it. Where's it gone? Right down here. Don't want it at the bottom. That's it. No, it's still at the bottom. There we go. And I just want to see if I can in a bit of water like that, and then that a bit. There we go. That's it. That is the Salty Watercolour brush. Let's just get this sign. The Salty Watercolour brush in Autodesk Sketchbook, a free app on. I'm using it on the PC. I've also got it on the iPad, and it's worth checking out to see if it's actually on Android as well. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, because lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them with you. So don't forget, everybody, keep painting, stay safe and stay sane. And hopefully we'll see you all in the next one. Bye.